welcome, if that's the right word, to the Public Information Film Review. Yay! I am aware that I said that episode 6 was going to be the last episode of these reviews, but I have had a request from one of my subscribers to review this heartwarming tale of everyday death in rural England. This film is probably what you'd end up with if you asked Lucio Fulci to guest direct an episode of All Creatures Great and Small. Made in the 1970s and designed to stop small children from killing themselves on farms, Apaches follows the exploits of a group of kids who are using their local farm as a backdrop for their all-too-dangerous game of cowboys and Indians, with a strong emphasis on the Indians. These cutaways to a party being prepared will make more sense as the film progresses. Getting on with their game, the kids imagine that the farm is their fort, and that an approaching tractor with a trailer is a caravan. Naturally, they storm it, and things seem to go well until one of their number loses his balance and gets crushed under the wheels. Yay! After that, they learn their lesson and don't play on farms anymore.
Well what? What are we going to do? How am I supposed to know? Well, you brought us out here. I'm supposed to know everything, aren't I? Without me, you'd be lost. I'm Peter Larimer. Shut up. Who does think he is?
Oh. Yet another highly entertaining game draws to a tragic close when one of them loses his footing on a slippery fence and drowns in a silage pit. Yay! After that, they learn their lesson and don't play on farms anymore.
Scouts are allowed to man the gate. You what? Open the gates, we're coming in.
Oh. On this occasion, it would seem that the day's gaming has a 0 body count. The kids are so pleased that they have a "We Are Still Alive" dance. Things go well until one of them happens across a bottle of unmarked solvent, pours it out and mimes an Indian celebration ceremony. Sadly, one of their number forgets the rules and actually drinks it. Initially she seems okay, until later that night when she wakes the house with her blood-curdling screams. The solvent eventually kills her. Yay! Right, okay. Surely. The kids have learned their lesson and don't play on the farm anymore. You have got to be shitting me. At this point the film adds a touch of suspense. Is one of them going to be killed by a tractor? No. How about this cow?
Zadar, cow from hell!
No. Once again things seem to go off well until one of them is crushed by a metal frame. Yay! I swear if the next scene involves children playing on a farm I may very well go insane.
I, Geronimo, must gather together our scattered people, and we shall survive.
Oh, for fuck's sake. After seeking an adult's permission to sit in the driving seat of a tractor, the boy accidentally kicks the brake off and loses control of the vehicle. Before too long, the tractor crashes down the side of a ravine. Yay! This is the point to which all the preparation scenes were building up. Much like the adults on screen, the children through their games were preparing for their funerals. This is one of the strengths of this film. So too is the subtle way it hints at the nursery rhyme. 9 little Indians swinging on a gate, one falls down and breaks his neck, then there were 8. After a poignant voiceover of the grieving family at supper from the dead child who wishes he were there, we get a text crawl listing the children killed in farm accidents in the year before this film was made. Our movie ends. Yay! Shut up. There is much that is praiseworthy about this film. The acting from both the children and the adults is excellent. We are left in no doubt as to their innocence and indeed their mounting horror as the situation takes a turn for the ghastly. The point which the film is trying to make is not so much about what games children play, as to where they choose to play them. No viewer is left in any doubt that a farm is not the best venue. The camera work builds tension and is full of foreshadowing, especially when the final victim is shown running through a graveyard before climbing onto the tractor. It is quite rare to see a PIF that uses both imagery and camera work to create suspense. One notable point is that of all the PIFs that were made in the 1970s, I suspect that this is the only one involving children that does not shy away from showing their blood on the screen. This movie is definitely of its time, living as we do in the age of the internet, with iPhones and Xbox 360. The likelihood of children going out to play anywhere, never mind a farm, is greatly reduced. Designed to be screened in schools so as to point out the very real dangers which children living in rural communities faced at the time, Apaches retains a power which all who viewed it can still recall. For a PIF, it delivers its message with consummate cinematic flair. That's all for this episode, and so from all of us here, until next time, bollocks.